adjust it.
Hi, everyone. I'm here today with Ness,
Hi.
our great astrologer, and she's very excited. So am I.
I know.
Oh, real
I'm
quick, I have a girlfriend that I did a show with.
sure, sure.
She's a podcast. She just had an on astrologers real famous on TikTok. I'll repost it when I get it. I think it's
Yeah.
coming up next Monday. And she said pretty much the same thing. Basically, we still have free will, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
She said even if Kamala was in office, there would still be all kinds of turmoil based on the astrological chart. But she said, Kamala,
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
I say it right?
Yeah. Yeah.
She said that she doesn't see Trump hanging for much longer. She's not quite sure how he goes, but she don't see him hanging.
Yes, actually, the astrology of June in particular is very harsh. There is an astrological event he's approaching, and he's going to approach for the next 5 weeks. And it ends July 26th. And that's a really high window that he might exit. I just looked at it last night. I was like, wait, what? Head scratch, head scratch. Is this really it? Yes, we'll get into that.
July 26th. Let me write it on my
But it's,
calendar.
it's going to actually start from the lunar event this June, June 29th, I think, all the way to July 26th. You're going to, you know what, Linda? You and I are going to be here and Trump will not be here.
Yay!
That moment is going to exist. I feel like you'll have a party here. You'll have,
But that explains because, like we were just saying, there's all kinds of people that are saying a really golden period is coming up. Could you imagine if he's gone? Even Iran said, you know what? We don't want to deal with him at all. Let's just wait for your next president.
yeah, they can wait it out. And they don't actually have to wait that long because all they have to do is wait out for the midterms. I mean,
Yeah,
the probability that he will still be president if it's a blue wave, I don't know my math, but my
right.
math would say like
Yeah.
they're gonna get rid of him.
I
They're
love your top. That's cute.
oh, thank you. Little polka dot.
I love it. I love
My
polka dots.
matches my little yellow polka dot
There you go.
bikini. Oh, I have to tell you one other thing before we get into, we're going to talk about political events. We're going to talk about June's amazing astrology, but I got my ticket for Disclosure Day.
How did you already get it?
No, they just released it Friday. So you can now purchase tickets for Disclosure Day. I
But
got it.
they didn't release the movie. They released your
No,
ability to
the tickets. You can purchase the tickets. But the thing is, with this, they recommend watching it on IMAX because it's really big, really immersive. The people who've already watched this film said it's Spielberg's best movie in the past 20 years.
I love it.
I know. And they say it's a high octane thriller. You're going to be in your seat. It's going to be action on top of action on top of action. I know. I love a summer blockbuster. I love a summer blockbuster. I already purchased my ticket. You can pre-order your food too. They're so modern now.
Oh,
So
not my place. You're lucky. You're lucky to grab an old box of popcorn somewhere.
it's so busy. So yeah, folks, you know, feel free. The reviews are really great for Disclosure Day. It's apparently 2.5 hours.
I don't
Yeah,
care. I can't. I've been holding my breath. I'm so excited.
and it's so interesting too. Spielberg is going out and promoting the film, and he's outwardly saying he believes this exists. Like he believes that there are other,
Oh, he's seen stuff too.
oh, okay, what? I mean, he's probably been in some circles where he knows, and the
And
creative
the people
community.
that worked on him of that thing of a third,
Yeah, third
whatever,
encounters. Yes,
he worked with people who had gone through that.
very
Where did you
exciting.
buy it at ahead of time?
Well, they released it Friday, so you just figure out where you want to watch it in your town, and just you can start to book your tickets. And for a movie like this, I like to go early, like the first week it's released because everyone's excited and the theater's packed, and it has a nice emotional contagion.
Disclosure opens June 12th.
June 12th, yeah. So not this Friday, next Friday.
Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
there you go. You got your reminder.
well, it's actually open June 11th here,
Oh, you got one day early.
Thursday,
Some places they do that. Okay, I wasn't
but
able
I
to.
would go in on Saturday.
You go on Saturday. Okay. It's just, yeah, it's got a great cast.
And you said it should be on IMAX?
You
IMAX?
should watch it on IMAX. They filmed the movie on a 70 millimeter, I think. And so it's like they just use a really high quality lens to make the movie. It's better to watch it on the IMAX. I think most people have IMAX around them, so
I have Dolby Atmos,
Dolby's the sound part. Yeah, yeah.
Ultimate Digital Cinema.
I'll help you figure it out. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to, we can have you come down to San Francisco and
Wouldn't
watch it
that
on
be
that
fun?
70-foot screen. It's quite an event. So that's
I
something
love
to
it.
look forward to in June, folks. June's astrology is really amazing.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
I know. It's a great summer blockbuster. I'm just so excited about that. Okay, so before we talk about June's astrology, I wanted to check in with you about a couple things. One is you've been talking about dreams recently, about dreams you've been having.
Yeah,
You've had that dream about how it's really toxic around the White House and folks are um, very, just they're kind of trying to not anger the baby, not
right.
trying to make him upset. I had a client who recently shared a dream with me, and I want to share it with everyone because I thought it was very fascinating. She had this very visceral dream, very lucid dream. And in the dream, it was a message that we are entering the new era of the pharaohs. And it was not just that the ruling class was changing. She
Yeah,
also felt that we were going to start to get ancient knowledge, like knowledge that was available during the time of Egyptian times. Like this could be disclosure, this could be just more awakening. And this was her dream. Hi, Fabi. It's Fabi's dream. But what happened was the next day, she found a Scorpio in her house. I know, and she's never had a Scorpio in her house. And Scorpios are an insect that exists in Egypt. It exists where the the pharaohs are. So I wanted to share that because I thought that would be a good way to here, let me click this and share this, is to ask people to share their any dreams that they're having recently. Let me Linda, if I can
oh,
push the
sorry.
button. No, you're fine. You're totally fine. Here we go. So, back in December, I asked folks to share any dreams they've been having, especially if they had any Trump dreams. Annette was with you recently, and she shared her dream, and I had an identical dream to her. I had a dream that I woke up, and when I woke up, I found that woke up, I washed my face, I made my coffee, and then when I turned on the news, it said Trump had died in his sleep. And it was very anticlimactic, yes. And Annette had the same dream. And I even reached out to her and shared her like the details, how it was the same. So back in December, I asked folks to submit their dreams, and then I created an analysis and I looked at the data and just looked at the trends that were in everyone's dreams. We noticed that Trump was isolated, his power is slipping, people were not taking him seriously. He wasn't really having a legal reckoning, but he was doing it to himself. And so I'm going to ask folks to submit any recent dreams that they've been having for Trump, any recent dreams about the future. Like even Linda, you saw that someone is saying we're entering a golden era.
Yeah.
My client is saying we're entering a new era of pharaohs. So if you can, folks, put it in the comments below. And then I'm going to tally all of them and I'm going to look at what happened. I'm going to look at what everyone's been dreaming about and seeing if is there trends around it. Are we all dreaming about the new era? Are we dreaming about a beautiful future coming in? Are we seeing Trump removed or et cetera? Because I think we'll be able to kind of make an interesting
Oh, I
analysis of,
had that lucid dream.
yes, exactly, the
And
lucid dream.
I was standing in the White House and I could tell Trump was getting ready to go.
Interesting, interesting. It's people are feeling it. People are feeling something
And
soon.
he wanted to get rid of this whole thing with Iran so badly. He didn't care. Just get rid of it. I don't want
Yes.
this anymore.
Yes. It's very, so he apparently, something's happened the past few hours, folks, if you're not familiar. And if you watch this in a day or two, this might be old news. But Israel told South Beirut to leave. And
To leave
apparently
where?
to leave Beirut, they were going to attack Beirut. And Israel was going to attack Lebanon in the south part. And Israel told them to leave. People were evacuating. There was like photos of people stuck on highways that they're trying to run away. And it was said that this was greenlit by Trump. Then this morning, Iran said, if Israel attacks South Beirut, they are going to attack Israel. And then they stopped all conversations with Trump and Pakistan around the ceasefire. And then 30 minutes ago,
Yeah,
Trump was on a phone call with Bibi, and he said Israel is not going to attack Beirut, and Iran is now talking back to. They're now talking again. They're not, etc. So he flipped on a dime very quickly. So he wants to get out of the war with Iran. Um, Israel doesn't. Israel wants to be in the war. And actually, I don't know, you listen to different internet sources like
well,
Linda for the
listen,
news.
yeah, I got to
Yeah.
tell you, China's made China said you start attacking Lebanon, we'll attack you to Israel.
Oh,
China.
oh, interesting. They're going to exert force too. Yeah,
Hmm.
because they want the war to end too. I mean, they're getting their stuff through, I think Iran is transporting goods to China through Pakistan, so they're not as hurting as
Yeah.
other countries are with the Strait of Hormuz, but very very interesting. You look at different internet news sources to find out like what's the real news. I listen to other ones, but a lot of mine, they've been saying that basically the deal between Iran and in the US actually was already done last week. And they can't rein in Israel to stop attacking Lebanon. What
Yeah.
is your thoughts on that? Do you feel that the deal is already done as well?
With,
So the internet chatter is they think the deal was already done with Iran and US. They were going to give 12 billion unfrozen assets to
oh,
Iran.
I know he wanted it done. He was whatever, throw
Yeah,
the
they
money,
they said
whatever
the
they
deal was
need
done, but apparently they could not get Israel to back
to
off of
stop. Yeah.
Lebanon. Yeah. Okay, so you
Oh,
saw the same thing.
that
Yes.
pissed Trump off. Oh,
I know.
oh.
I know. He's so
And can
upset.
you imagine Bibi going on TV saying that the United States can't make any deal with Iran, not unless we agree?
Yeah, they're fighting. You know that? They're fighting right now, Trump and
Yeah.
Bibi. Who do you think will win out of that? Because, Joe Kent, he was on a bunch of news talking shows this morning, and he said if the Trump can't rein in Israel on Lebanon, then he says that then it becomes clear Israel has something on Trump. Like there's something
Oh,
else going on.
it's more than clear. They're the ones who set up all the stuff they have on him.
Yeah.
So did Russia.
Yeah. So you think so? Okay. So you think it's a blackmail situation
It's
between,
definitely, but he's that desperate where he would just say whatever,
yeah.
because he already knows he's done.
Yeah.
And
He's
this
facing
thing is
criminal
just
charges. Yeah.
bringing him down. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, very, very interesting. Okay, so there's that, folks, about the Iranian war. It seems, I just want to say, in my heart of hearts, I actually feel the deal will be done. And let me
Yeah.
share this because this was something that you and I did back on May 2nd. So here, let me share this. So, folks, on May 2nd, Linda and I, we did a live.
Hey,
And
that's me.
that's you. March 4th, not May 2nd. March 4th. We did
And I'm still alive.
yeah, you're still you're still alive. Um, but with this, we predicted that it was going to be a short war. I used astrology and I predicted that April would be the apex and we would exit in June. So we're right now around the time to see if that will come to fruit. And I'm going to go into the astrology of it all because Trump does have some interesting astrology that will indicate it. But what are you feeling, Linda? Are you feeling like this is going to be a short war as well, or do you feel like it will drag
I
on?
feel like it's going, I can feel the peace coming up.
I know that's what I feel too.
I can feel the peace.
I
And I
know.
see Iran talking a lot of bull like Trump talks a lot of bull. Because they really could do a lot more if they wanted. They want to see everybody hate him by what he's doing. Because look at they said just that guy that's real good on Facebook. What's his name? He's a bald guy, wears a hat.
Oh, the news media guy, right? He's a talking head.
No, he wears glasses. He knows everything about gas prices.
Hmm.
He's really good. And
Yeah.
he said, "Oh, get your gas today if you need it because it's going up tomorrow."
Oh, interesting because of this conflict. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to say I still hold true when I look at the astrology that, and I look predominantly on Trump's astrology, that we will possibly exit the war in June. There will likely be a
I
deal.
feel it.
Yeah,
I can
I know.
smell it.
I
I
know.
know
I
it.
know.
I don't know
I know.
why I know it. I could be wrong, but I
Yeah.
really feel it. I was just telling people on Mel's show earlier, there's just certain things I can feel that I
Mm,
know.
yeah. Yeah.
Just like when the governor of Florida said, "Don't send your money for this hurricane to the Red Cross. Send it in care of my wife so it can really get to the people." In the meantime, they confiscated all that money. They were in such big trouble.
Yeah. Millions and millions of dollars. They're
Yeah,
quite,
I
yeah.
knew right then it doesn't take a rocket scientist or a
Yeah.
psychic to figure that out.
Apparently the alligator Alcatraz, though, is actually going to do them in. You're talking about the governor of Florida, right? Rob
Yeah,
DeSantis. Yeah. Apparently that controversy won't hurt him as much, but the alligator Alcatraz is actually hurting them. For
really.
yes, because it was such a snafu. Like it was a complete loss. It's actually hurting their political future. Like their people are really mad
Oh, well,
about
he's
that.
begging Trump to put him in his administration.
Oh, interesting.
Begging him when because he's no longer can run for governor.
No, no.
He's begging him to, but Trump isn't, he's not going there right
I mean,
now.
I don't know how long Trump can, give these invitations because how long will he be there? So,
Right.
yeah. So, okay, folks, we are both holding firm that we still see June as the exit potentially or something really close by. I know the news can get scary, like World War III or that is not my
I
vibe. That's
never
not what
saw that.
we're not feeling that. Just as quickly as this starts, we can quickly end and we can quickly turn around.
But
Um,
really, if we can't say, you guys Google it,
mhm,
but if China really threatened Israel and said, and Putin too, he told Israel, keep your hands to yourself, keep them off Iran. If they decide to hit Israel, then it could be done. Because I tell you, Iran is hitting Israel left and right.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
But once not Putin, once Netanyahu is out of the way, there'll
Yeah.
be, once we're done with this war, and I see Iran, even though they're not that great of a country for human rights,
Yeah.
but I see a lot more peace coming up. So,
Oh, interesting. Yeah, in a weird way, they look better now because of how they're behaving than
yeah,
how we would like they look like the grown up in the
I
room.
know, and they do those funny Lego commercials.
Oh, I know. Apparently those Lego commercials are based by an operation mostly here. It's young people. Yeah, because they know American culture so well. It almost makes me go, well, if you're telling us this, don't you know that about your own people and how you treat your women? Like it's just
Yeah.
but yeah, no, they understand propaganda. They understand the mindset and kind of how to wake us up in different ways. So very
Well, Trump
interesting.
blew it with the young men out here because they can't get jobs.
No.
They
Yep.
can barely afford gas to go anywhere. They are done with him.
No, the young men are not voting GOP in record numbers. And yeah, the economy, they're really hurting. I mean, I think healthcare is growing a lot. And healthcare as an industry is predominantly women. So that disproportionately goes, yeah, men
But
are
I
having a
got a
much, much
really
harder time.
strong hit on those AI big, huge places, Indianapolis, and I
Yep.
know Jeff Bezos has a
Yep.
big, huge plant. They're not going to be able to use our electricity or water. They're going to cut them off. And what I saw was um, Americans sabotaging.
Yeah.
There was a story, I don't know if it's true. I've told you, forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but there was a story about Chinese buying properties in some Caribbean or someplace, all these new homes, and then they told the people who were there, the natives, you can't use the beach because it belongs to us.
Oh, yes, yes.
Well, they burnt
Yeah.
them all down.
Oh,
The natives went in and burnt every single house down.
oh, interesting.
So that's that energy I was picking up
Yep.
with them saying, well, we're going to build this big thing and you can't tell us what. No, guess what? If you don't stop, we're going to burn you down. That's what I heard.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of data centers going into places and they're demolishing houses and people's homes, childhood homes. They're taking so much water. It's almost like you think back in the 2000s, there used to be the fracking, like they would put in, natural gas and then you were worried about the fracking that was taking out. It's like that now with data centers. Like people are
Yeah.
really Interested about that. Okay, the other thing I want to talk about, and then we'll move back into the astrology, is JD Vance. So Marco Rubio did, I know, Marco Rubio did an Asia tour last week, and I was surprised by how, statesman he was and bombastic, and he was just really, delivering all his points.
Did he
Someone,
go to India?
he went to India, he
And
went
they
to,
didn't meet him? Nobody showed up.
no, I think they did. I think they actually, he was actually asked a question about racism in America, and he just kind of sidestepped it or something like that, or how, the community can be viewed negatively by Trump or other folks. And so, no, but he did a really, he felt statesman-y, like he was really good at delivering his points better than Trump. And I was worried he was going to outstage Trump in terms of how well he was doing, but I don't know if
Oh,
Trump
right.
was awake when he was doing his interviews. Um, but when I thought about that, it kind of hit me. I don't think Vance is making a play for president at all. And that could be why we
I've been
don't,
having that feeling too.
yeah, we've been reading on this for almost a year, and we were like, we don't see Vance as president. If Trump is, we still don't see it. I think Vance was hired on, or he made a decision recently. Maybe he saw his numbers, and it was just like, no, you just can't, you won't be
He
able
has
to.
worse numbers than Trump.
Yeah, because he's not moving. I was just watching how Marco Rubio was moving, and he was moving in a way where he was trying to secure the presidency, like he wants to be considered. Vance is not doing that at all.
I don't see Vance, and I'll tell you, Marco Rubio won't win shit.
No, no, I don't think so. He wants the Cuba thing, though. I feel like the Cuba thing is for Marco Rubio. He wants Cuba because of his ethnicity, like he's Cuban, and so he wants to be able to say to his Cuban population he's able to reclaim. Because I don't think Trump cares about Cuba except
That
for
much.
putting a hotel there. Like yeah, it's not. But I think that shifted over the weekend. I don't think Vance is running for president at all. I think he wants to make as much money as possible and leave, and that's like how he's kind of setting the deck. So, because
Cool.
you naturally would think someone would run. Okay, so you've been seeing the same thing. Okay, that's great. I wanted to check in with that. Okay, let's get into the astrology of it all.
This is my favorite part.
I know I love Linda's hits and she loves all the astrology of things. So, folks, I just want to say June has some of the best astrology all year.
Yay!
I know. The economy might not feel where we want it to be. There could be, question mark with the war, but actually, there's a lot of blessings coming in the month of June.
Now, may I ask something?
Yeah,
Could
go
it
for it.
even be like back to back bad news for Trump? And we're all so happy.
Potentially, towards the end of June, there is some adverse things. This is an interesting thing though. When we have these positive astrological events, it really raises everyone. It's going to be good news for Trump too. For the one that I'm going to talk about in the beginning of June. But everyone is going to feel, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of lightness. But towards the end of June, it's not as great for Trump because he's entering that 5 week period for it. So let me just jump right into it. Okay, so folks, if you're new to me, I don't have a YouTube channel, but I do have a newsletter. I send out a precious newsletter once a month. I spend 2 days making it. It really guides you on how to move through the energies that are coming ahead. So if you want to be added, it's going to be a link below, as well as pull out your phone and scan this. One other thing too, I have a class in about a week where I'm teaching manifestation. I'm really passionate about this because I'm a creative person. I'm a tinker. I work and help companies think about new things. And on my own spiritual journey, I see manifestation as part of your woo-ness. Like there's a chord about mediumship. There's a chord of divination, of like predicting the future with tarot and etc. But there's also just your will, your life force, what you want to have incorporated. And so I have room in the class if you want to attend. You have, a detailed curriculum and personalized worksheets. And then also, I'm offering three new offerings. One is a single question if anyone needs it, just a quick, I need an answer within 2 or 3 days. I have that. And then I also give specialized readings to look at the rest of 2026. If you want to know how it ends, what to expect, there are key events, and I will look at that for you in terms of like what do you what how should I orient to July or in November? What should we'll look at that for you and get your story down for the rest of 2026. Linda, I could do that one for you too, that the rest of
Yeah,
2026.
I'll pop some cash over to you. I got to find out what kind of payment do you take?
I do
Oh,
PayPal, I'll do Venmo. It's all below. You'll be able to
okay.
see all that below. Yeah, there's some key 2026 kind of ends on a bang, is a way to
Yeah,
describe
I
it.
would definitely do 2026.
Yeah, it's a really, really unique one. So going into June. Okay. So June is very sweet. Very, very lovely. There's blessings, there's abundance. I know it might not feel like that, folks, but when June offers you sweetness, I want to say take it with both hands because July and August are very different type of energies. Another way of looking at June is in June, you finally catch your breath. This is a moment where you have a landing pad. You've been going up the stairs, up the stairs, up the stairs, and June is where you get to take a break. You don't have to climb any more stairs. You can just catch your breath, just sit, take a moment because in July and August you're going to be asked to go up a lot of steps. You're going to ask to
Right.
walk a lot. It's a lot of energies, in particular July. And so when June offers you sweetness, whether it's the form of amazing peaches or strawberries or some barbecue food, or if it's seeing a sunset or watching a summer movie, wherever sweetness offers you in June, I want you to brace it with both hands and not wait for the other shoe to drop because it's the divine timing. June is meant to be sweet. It's meant to be just reminded by the universe that we're held. Some positive things is the two benefics, Jupiter and Venus, they kiss. They both connect in the sky, June 8th, June 9th. It's the sweetest day of the year. If you're called to buy a lotto ticket, buy a lotto ticket. It's just a very positive day. It's a good luck day for all of us. So people should be nicer to each other, less road rage that day. People will get along. Then we have the summer solstice starts, and Jupiter and Mercury are helping out with that. And then we have the new moon in Gemini, which is all about new beginnings, new starts. So we have a lot of great manifesting energy, a lot of sweetness in June. That's kind of the dominant theme. The other theme of June is a breakthroughs in relationships and values. Like who should we be allied with? Who is worth it? Where should we put our money? So, when you have these beautiful moments, was it just valuable for you to have a peach or go to the movies? Or did you need to have a fancy vacation? Or did you need to have, a bag that doesn't? There's something about clarity of where is the sweetness in life and where do you need to put your attention and effort? I've had to scale back on my side, but I'm living very abundantly. I can find a lot of amazing uh positive experiences by, just having a really good burger, or cooking with friends. Like I don't need to do these other kind of going to restaurants or I learned how to
Right.
kind of recalibrate that. And so that's the other vibe of June. And you mentioned your sister who's I think a Capricorn, correct?
Capricorn, December
Yes.
27th.
So some people in June are having expansions and some signs are having compressions. And a way to look at that so you can see is do you see how there's a lot of planets here in Cancer
Yeah.
on this side? That means everyone on this side is going to have compression. So because there's a lot of energies in Cancer, the Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, that means Capricorns are going to feel like things aren't moving as easily. They're going to feel a little bit more rigid. So whenever you hear like, oh, something's in Virgo, that means the other side will feel more compression. So when it
Right.
comes to
Right.
June, the folks that are having expansion are Cancer and Leo placements. So if you have those,
I
congratulations.
have Leo.
You have Venus and Leo, right?
Yeah. And
Yes.
I think I get cancer too.
Oh yeah, your Cancer is your 10th house where you have Uranus, I think. Yeah, you have a lot
Okay.
of 10th house placement.
Okay.
You're having a good time actually, Linda. You're having an expansion. Things should be easier. Things shouldn't take as much work. But then Capricorn, Aquarius, and Aries placements will feel things a bit more pressured, more compressed, more it just takes more effort and work. So just keep that in mind in terms of how you move through it. When it
Right.
comes to June as a whole, we're looking at the calendar. We are seeing A lot of moments of sweetness. We're seeing this beautiful moment when Venus and Jupiter conjunct on the ninth. So a lot of sweetness, a lot of manifestation. And then we're going to see something that third week in June, which is actually Trump's birthday. I think his birthday is the 15th,
14th.
14th. Okay. Oh, he's on the new moon. Oh, wow. Very powerful. We're going to see some tensions possibly this week, but the tensions on that third week will be clarifying for us of what's actually valuable. Also in June, we're going to feel a lot of new energies because the asteroid Chiron will move into Taurus and Jupiter will go into Leo the first time. Linda, this is actually really good luck for you because Jupiter is a benefic and it's going into Leo where you have a benefic already. You have Venus there. So this is a 1 year period where money should be better.
Oh, good.
Money should be better. There's also Venus represents romance. Venus represents female friendship, sisterhood. It's great time with you and your sisters, your female family members. There's just something about feeling good around women and women kind of creative arts, creative pursuits for the next
Oh,
year. And so for folks, you'll have this, if you're part of my newsletter, you'll have this whole presentation, but Chiron is where we feel wounded, where we have a chip on our shoulder, where we feel weak. And it's going to move into Taurus, which is going to highlight for all of us where we're feeling weak or insecure when it comes to our values, whether it
right.
comes to being consistent and how we have fun. So with Taurus in terms of pleasure. And then Jupiter goes into Leo. Leo is exuberance, it is confidence, it is leadership, it's self-expression. Like actors are often Leos because, they grab the microphone, they share the stage. And so Jupiter is going to expand that type of dynamic, creativity, self-expression. Like Mandani and Trump, they are very similar because they're very charismatic as people, as individuals. And if you think back to the 50s or something, a charismatic leader would have been considered like a salesman. Like, oh, are you conning me? Like, is the other shoe drop? But in our modern world, we want a charismatic leader. We want someone like Obama or Mandani or Trump. And it doesn't mean that they're conning us, that we just want more of that charisma. So with Jupiter and Leo, I imagine the leaders that we're going to see for the midterms that are going to do very well are going to be the ones that are charismatic, the ones that make us feel something. You and I were talking about that guy in Maine, the one that's running.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Flatner, something
Fred
like that.
Plantner. Yes. And he's very charismatic and he's very,
Is that what because there's this sexting thing, which to
yes.
me isn't a big deal because I know so many people that
Yes. There and
sexted, whatever.
yes, it wasn't like, yeah, it wasn't like an Eric
He did
Swalwell
assault
situation.
somebody
Yeah,
like
he didn't
Sala.
assault someone, but I wouldn't be surprised if he actually recovers. When
Okay, because
Jupiter
we
go,
got till November.
yeah, they've got till November, but it's almost like we will we will just take it as par for the course for a charismatic leader. If you are
And
someone
he's a
that's
male too.
yeah,
And men tend to forgive men, but also Collins, I'm so done with her.
yeah, I know. She's
But
just
she
really
polled really bad the last time and she still won.
yeah, yeah. She's she doesn't really have a backbone, and that's not what's needed. I think, especially with Jupiter and Leo, I think he's going to survive it. I think he's going to have to apologize to his wife and just make some sort of, um, concessions. I mean, the vulnerability, though, if for him having an affair is someone could use it as blackmail, but in a weird way, now it's out in the open. So we know, in theory, he should be
And
more
he's
on.
a male. They tend to forgive men more.
Well,
Look at Paxton. Jesus
I
Christ.
know. Remember when his wife like made that announcement like 2 years ago
And
of
by the way, she's divorcing him. It's public.
yeah.
It's going to be at the courthouse June 24th or something. I wish I was down there in Texas because I'd be the first one in line.
But you know what? When I saw James Tellerico's girlfriend, I was like, oh my gosh, he has it in the bag. Like
Yeah.
she
And
vibrates
she's at eighth generation Houston.
very, yeah. She has, I can just like see them together. It almost feels like the Kennedys. Like it's just like this
Yeah. And
young,
she, by the way, she's the vegan.
okay, yeah, yeah, that was,
But can you imagine Steve Miller?
I don't,
That the Democrats have voted for their first trans.
Oh, because they didn't think he had a girlfriend.
Yeah, and he never showed her and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
whatever.
No, but it's like a private,
What
very.
what what astrological sign is Tellurico? Do you
I
know?
have not looked at his. I can look at that. I'll bring that for next time. I mean, he just radiates. Like, I don't know if it's because like he's got like the God spirit because he's a pastor, like he's part of that, He's even when he was competing against Jasmine Crockett,
Uh-huh.
like he never really spoke negatively about her. He was like, I mean, I hope I win, but if I don't, I'll support her.
Yeah, he didn't throw her under the
He
bus.
didn't throw her under the bus. Like it's a real and that's so interesting too, because in Texas, didn't Beto Rourke, he didn't he try to go up against Paxton last time?
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
ugly.
yeah.
Hey, listen, he's 37 years old and he was born May 17th, 1989.
Okay, I can actually type it in here. There's probably so many people that put into his chart. Okay, his time is not known though.
No.
No, his time is not known. He's a Taurus. He's gonna have Chiron go through him, so he's gonna move into this teaching role, focus on his
Wow.
wounds and move into teaching. Yeah. And he went through a lot with Uranus going through him. So he actually had a lot of surprises that caused him to act instead of react, instead of being on the back foot. So very, very positive for that. Okay, so let's go back into just wrap up the kind of two other events that are happening in June, which are the lunar events. So, folks, if you're trying to relate to astrology and you're trying to move away from the storytelling of astrology to more what are you supposed to do? Like what behavioral changes, what to expect, a great place to start is look at the new moon and full moon of the month. And with that, you have a sense of what you're adding, what you're starting. And then a full moon is what you're releasing and letting go. So in June, we have a new moon in Gemini. And this is actually very interesting for Trump because it actually happens on his birthday. But this one is about claiming your voice, claiming your perspective. This is a great time to write. There's an interesting thing where Venus is involved, and so there's something about relationships and playing small. So this new moon is very much like a moment from like Little Mermaid, where you're choosing your voice, you're claiming your voice, you're claiming who you are. And so this is about writing, speaking, just speaking up more and not worrying about what people will think. And this is going to start a 6 month period, a cycle where on November 24th, 2026, you are going to move into your voice. You're going to move into using your voice and speaking out. So you're starting the beginning now, and then you are going to move into a 6 month period where it's more comfortable for you to use your voice and not worry about people pleasing and being socially rejected because Gemini is a very, very social placement. Um,
Right,
th-
right.
this is very positive. New moon for manifestation, new beginnings, speaking your truth, claiming your truth. This is very interesting for Trump. So, do you see this? This new moon is happening basically on top of his sun, his north node, and pretty close to his Uranus. So, this is what I see here is a potential for him to rebrand himself. There's something about him repackaging himself, rebranding himself. There's a lot of Mercury placements too with this that are being activated. So I feel like he's going to talk a lot. He might actually be on a bit manic. I mean, this is his birthday, so I
He's
think
already doing that. He's already doing that.
yeah, he canceled the musical performances, right? And
Oh,
yeah,
because they were low rated anyway.
yeah. And so I think he's going to do a 2 hour monologue instead which is,
Nobody will listen to him.
which is exactly what the astrology says. He's going to talk a lot. And he's actually going to potentially say something out loud that people will be like, oh my God, did he actually just say that out loud? Like
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
he's going to have a gaffe. And actually, there's a lot of Venus action. I feel, folks, you heard it here first. I feel he might do some sort of economic stimulus on his birthday.
Like what?
Like say he's going to give everyone a check on his birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, something potentially, something with money, some financial announcement around his birthday.
But will
So
it go through? Is he talking out his
I know
rear?
we'll see that's the, will the physics and the gravity work out? I can't speak to that, but I feel like he's going to say something and potentially with money, something like I'm going to give everyone a check for my birthday or something like that. So Well, or maybe he'll brand it for the 250th anniversary, but it happens on his birthday. So it's
He's
kind of like,
already asking, can he release a check? But all the money people are saying we don't have any money for it.
yeah, yeah. So it's yeah, we'll see
Doesn't
that.
he have to get, doesn't it have to get approved by Congress too?
We'll see. I mean, he's has that 1.8, billion-dollar slush fund. And then he was able to do those what $1,776 for the soldiers back back December while they've been on the ship for almost like 10 months now. So
Yeah.
they don't even be able to spend it. So that's one lunar event is the new moon in Gemini. And Trump will say something out of his ass, and apparently he might give everyone money like Oprah, like you get a car, you get a car. And then we have this full moon in Capricorn. And this full moon in Capricorn is kind of revelations, harvesting, something coming to a culmination so it can be released. So if you're familiar with Capricorn energy are workers. You build something, you're diligent, you kind of work towards it. And so this full moon is you're reaping the harvest of what you've been working on. And what you've been working on is something you started, rewind the clock, back around January 18th. There was something you started. And if you don't know what you started, folks, you want to look at where Capricorn is in your chart. So for you and I, Linda, Capricorn is our fourth house. So there was something with our health, something with our emotions we started in January 18th, and we kind of worked towards it. Another trick to do, folks, to understand what was I doing on January 18th is to use your phone and go to your photos and then type in January 2026 and see on the photos on January 18th, did you start something? Was there something around there? Because you started something and now you're going to reach the harvest of it with this full moon. And you're going to kind of take a victory lap and see what you've been working on. What you need to let go of. Maybe you work too hard. Maybe you need to not continue to work this hard. Like you need to take a break and
Mhm.
maybe hire someone to do something instead of you doing it on your own. But there is something about letting go and putting down burdens that things have been, you've been carrying that you maybe should not have been carrying. And this is very positive. We're starting to see a cradle start to form with some of these planets. And Saturn is trining Venus. So it's something about long-term vision, long-term view. There's something around this full moon in Capricorn that's also going to help you understand how to manage your finances, your relationships, and think about things more in a long-term way. And this one is not great for Trump. And this is where I was going to talk about, Linda, is Trump is starting a 5-week period where he potentially could exit. And that is this, I'm just going to go straight into it, is the
Okay.
South Node. So transiting South Node is the past. It is what you need to let go. I think you had a relationship encounter when South Node was on your Venus once. Someone from the past reached out to you and was trying to talk with you. So when the South Node is the past, letting go, but it's going to hit his ascendant soon. And ascendant is how we connect with the 3D world. So this is a point, it's going to happen from June 29th to July 26th, where we might actually see Trump exiting. He might actually leave, yes, because ascendant is a connection with the 3D world. South node is letting go. Not everyone that goes through a South node ascendant transit is going to die, like let go. But there's a propensity for when you think about Trump and his health, he has Mars nearby, which is his energy, vitality. Something is he has to let go of an old way of relating to the 3D world. He might have a stroke, he might be here, but he just might not be really connected. There's
Right.
something changing and ending for him from June 29th to July 26th. So just keep an eye out for those particular dates. But this full moon in Capricorn is not great. It's happening on his Mercury. Again, he's having two lunar events he's speaking too much. He's saying something too much. He's saying something that is almost like verifiably false. At this full moon event, Mercury is about to go retrograde too. So again, he has to recheck something he said. It's not a great event for him, but what's more important is it's going to start a 5-week period with this South Node on top of his Mars. So I'm curious, actually, Linda, a good place for us to maybe end today is do you want to just pull cards for Trump's June in terms of what
Sure.
he will experience? Yeah.
Let's throw cards on him.
Yeah. It's interesting. I was curious about cards on his birthday, but I feel like he's not going to be happy regardless.
Well, he's delusional, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Or maybe he'll be happy because his mom and daddy come get him.
His mom, his mom will get him. His mom loves him a lot. She just wants to hug him and hold him.
He looks a lot like her,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Regardless of whatever he's done, she still loves him.
but it's really breaking his heart that so many people are against him now.
Yeah. I think he knows the end.
In
Oh, okay.
June, he's losing money.
Okay. Six of Pentacles.
He's delusional,
Okay.
which we already knew. He's up in the air and he's mourning. There's battles that are lost. He's going to
Hmm.
lose a lot of cases, legal cases. Somebody tries to help him out of the blue. Melania's like reverse. We're getting ready to exit. This is his outcome.
Transitioning.
Transitioning, yeah.
Because if Trump realizes the writing's on the wall, especially like not even midterms wise, he would start to plan his exit, right? Like how to run to another
Yeah,
country or how to make as much money as possible before I run to another country.
yeah. And
Very,
there's going to be charges of them dealing behind closed doors, let
oh
me
yeah.
tell you.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's going to be in the history books very much as a corrupt
As a
president.
as a trader,
Yeah, yeah.
as a trader in anything he touched. And I do see the his name coming off the Kennedy Center.
Yeah.
I don't see him fighting it. And he said he wasn't going to fight it, but
Well,
he
he's like,
will. He said, "You guys can have it back. I try to save you."
I
No,
mean,
you.
he's focusing on other things. He's got the ballroom. He actually did an interview with his daughter-in-law over the weekend on Fox News.
Oh, that's a joke.
Yeah, but apparently he said out loud that he will only be president for 3 months when the ballroom is done because the ballroom takes years for it to be. So like he's counting on being here till the end of 2028. Um, like he's only going to enjoy the ballroom for 3 months, basically. So
He's coming out his ass.
yeah, but he's not asking for he's not thinking he's going to win a reelect like a third term. He's very clear he's only going to be there for 2 terms. Um, Yeah, no, he backed down with Iran. I wonder if you're picking up the sadness too about the Iranian deal. Like it will go through and he will look stupid because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, something with that.
People just can't take it anymore. It's getting too bad, and it's going to keep prices are going to keep shelves,
Yeah.
especially in Europe.
Yes.
What's his face? Nath sent me a picture of the grocery market in
No.
Portugal,
Yes.
empty.
No. I ordered sorry, picked up a watermelon for the season. It's summer, the watermelon, $18 for a watermelon.
She's are
18.
cheap. They're $6 over at Safeway over here.
Okay, well, I'm in the Berkeley area. They were 18. It was a pretty big one, but it was $18. It was
Girl,
like
you need to come out here and do your shopping. Shoot.
it's a
Was
pretty
it delish?
it is very good. Yes. It's
Yeah,
a very
because
good.
I
Yes.
have the worst time. Lots of times I buy watermelons are no good.
Do you know the trick? How
But
to do it? Okay, so the trick is one, you want to make sure it's really round. So no weird shapes, like as round as possible. Second is you want to compare other watermelons, and it should be unusually heavy. Like it should be out of all the ones that are the same size, it should be the really heavy. Like, whoa, why is this so heavy? And so you want to test them out. That's the second one, unusually heavy. The third one is you want to touch it and make sure there's no soft spots.
soft spots, yeah.
Yeah, no soft spots. And then you don't want to buy a watermelon too early, and you don't want to buy a watermelon too late in the season. Otherwise, you'll
When's
get
the
a
season for watermelon?
right now. Right now is the
Oh,
season. So yeah,
Jesus.
it's now till August, and then we're
I
out.
did buy a couple of cantaloupes the other day and they were delish.
Okay, so cantaloupes are better. The strawberries have been awful. I don't know what
Yeah,
has been.
I don't buy strawberries anymore. They're just too hard.
They're either red and they're white inside, or they just become mushy right away. And so no, the strawberries have not been good this season. And then the peaches are going to come in soon. So we're going to have some peaches. So
Okay. Well,
awesome.
I don't
Okay.
know. They're getting rid of the beautiful people that help pick that stuff.
I mean, I was worried about with this Iranian war how the food prices would be. I planted a garden this year, and so
I did
like,
too, yeah.
yeah, it's like got to prepare because you don't know is it going to be like $10 a tomato or something? I don't know. Like,
I can't grow tomatoes. I tried last year and
oh,
I had no
interesting.
luck.
You have so much sun out there. Like you just
Yeah,
have.
but I don't know why they never turned red.
Oh, interesting. Are you using the right varieties? Like, are you getting like like heirloom tomatoes versus like, because it,
I'll go to the place and ask them what kind of tomatoes. Can I
yeah,
still plant them now?
yeah. Oh, yeah. You can still plant them. I mean, you can
You know what
even.
else I didn't plant
Yeah.
that I wished I had was bell peppers.
Okay. Yeah. Bell peppers are great.
And I really love red onions, and I have no luck with growing red onions.
Oh, interesting. I have not done carrots or onions. Most of mine are herbs and tomatoes. I do cherry tomatoes though. I don't do big tomatoes. Are you doing big ones or cherries?
Big ones.
Okay, you might try cherry.
Those
Cherry
are
tomatoes,
easier.
very easy, and you just chop them up. They're about the same when you eat them. I actually have never grown big tomatoes, so that might be what
Maybe
you're.
that's what my problem
And
is.
are you doing it from seed or are you actually doing it
No,
from the
I get the
plant?
plant.
Okay, you get the plant. Okay, interesting. Yeah, because you have so much sun. You should be growing zucchini,
Oh, I'm growing
tomatoes.
zucchini. I'm growing the lemon cucumber. Oh, I love it. My
Oh,
sister turned me onto
yeah,
that.
so
They are
good.
delish.
They're so good. And then when you grow them yourself, they're so loud with the flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually grew this year cilantro. And how I did it was I actually had this pot that's really deep. I've had two harvests of cilantro already. So
Oh,
it's,
that's wonderful.
yes, I know. All the salsa, it's really, really working out. So, okay, well, Linda, that was June's astrology. Very good news for everyone. We can chat
Thank
on
you so
another day.
much.
Of course, of
So
course. And then
stay
we'll be
on this
back.
so we can talk about a date
Yeah, for
come
July.
July.
Yes, for July's
Thank
astrology.
you guys
Okay.
for
Bye,
popping
everyone.
in. It was a great time. And while she was talking in the very beginning, you guys knew I was doing something. I bought my tickets for Disclosure Day too.
Multitask.
Shoot. Bye, you guys. Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.